Primal Pursuit is a game where you have to escape a dinosaur via a vehicle. They all range from various prices, with the currency bones. In today's video, I am going to find out what the best car is for a noob like you. To make it fair, I used a gun similar to my main gun, the Scar, that every starter can access easily, the AR-15, and I also did 2 rounds for each car. Before we begin, a starter car to me is any car between 0 to 2000 bones, and all cars will get their rating at the end. So with that out of the way, let's start. The ATV is the first car you start with at 0 bones, 39 speed, 200 health and 50 fuel. With this speed you can barely get away from most dinosaurs, as every dino is faster than the car itself. The only dino you have a chance at escaping is the T-Rex. Also, the ATV's health can get 2-shotted by a raptor, which does the lowest damage in the game, 100 damage to be exact. So this means the dinosaur can catch up to you and destroy your car easily. The fuel is decent, even though you probably won't use it, as your car will most likely be destroyed by then. In the 2 rounds I played, I could barely survive a minute due to how slow the car was. I'm sure there are ways to put the ATV to good use, but my experience was bad. The golf cart is the cheapest car that you can get, that is not free. At 180 bones, 36 speed, 255 health and 60 fuel. Already the only thing that the ATV has over golf cart is a speed, but only by 3. The golf cart can also survive 3 hits by a raptor and has decent fuel. However, due to the speed, it is hard to escape any dinosaur with the golf cart unless you are near an area that goes downhill. In my experience, the golf cart could not escape a raptor, but I did fumble up by crashing into a container, and in my second round it was double trouble, and I was able to do a bit of damage, but I ended up dying because coincidentally, both dinos were the fastest in the game, Raptor and Dillo. Still, the golf cart held up better than the ATV, and I would say I had a slightly better experience with it. The Jeep is the next car on the list. At 500 bones, 40 speed, 400 health and 70 fuel, it has better stats than both cars we just used. Still, it can barely get away from a Rex, but it can tank 4 hits from a Raptor, and the fuel is good. However, I am starting to realise my problem, and that is I don't keep enough distance. Still, in my first round, I was able to survive much longer than I did with both cars in the first round, and I was able to tank most of the Raptor's hits. However, I didn't fuel my car, so I still ended up dying. In the second round, I still died because I fumbled it since I was in a tight space. However, I still managed to do a lot of damage to the dinosaur within the span of 2 minutes. I think this was objectively a better experience than both cars currently. The Hybrid is the car that I think is the best starter car at the moment. At 750 bones, 44 speed, 280 health and 100 fuel, it is better than the first 2 cars, but still does not have the good health that the Jeep has. However, this is the first car that can actually outspeed a couple of dinos, but just barely, as Rex can still catch up easily. The Hybrid gets destroyed in 3 hits by a Raptor, which is pretty good as long as you keep your distance between you and the Raptor. My first round was disastrous as I was waiting for the dinosaur for the first minute, until I got impatient and started looking for it, which then led to my death because Packy is faster than the Hybrid, and I am just a bad driver overall. In my second round, I actually managed to escape since fuel was not as big of a problem. I also did decent damage as I was able to escape the Packy, because I actually kept my distance. My experience was tremendously better than all the cars right now. The Buggy is the next car we are using. At 990 bones, 57 speed, 330 health and 60 fuel. It has really decent stats. It is faster than all the cars we have looked at, but does not have good health and fuel as the Jeep does. It can take 4 hits by a Raptor, and can outrun a few more dinos than the Hybrid. In the first round, it was another double trouble, so I was pretty much bound to lose. However, I lasted longer than I expected, but in the last minute I fumbled because my driving was sloppy, and I somehow missed a lot of my shots on both dinos. In the second round, I fumbled again but to a T-Rex by hitting into an invisible wall, which is just downright embarrassing. It can be good, but in my experience, it was slightly worse than the Hybrid car. This is the last car on the list. At 1550 bones, 75 speed, 250 health and 50 fuel. It has the best speed out of any car here, but has slightly less health than a golf car and the same fuel as the ATV. It can outrun every dino except for Exoraptor and gets 3-shotted by a Raptor. Its fuel isn't bad, so you don't have to worry about it too much. In the first round I managed to escape on Double Trouble, I forgot to record the first half. Somewhere halfway, the second dino left, so it was just basically a Rex with nerfed health fighting me. The second round was Karen, so I completely skipped that one and did another round. Because I despise people who think Karen is a good map, I decided to throw the game a little, and you could see how that went. Overall, the banana car was a slightly better experience than the hybrid car. Now that we have used every starter car, I will rank them from worst to best. In conclusion, the best car for starters is the banana car. Although it may take some grinding, it is definitely worth it for people who are just getting started on the game. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!